Hi all, my name's Laura. Some of you know me from Ravelry and from Google Plus and from Facebook, but most of you don't know me. I'm just another person in this big giant world. Um, this is something new for me. I just thought I'd try it. You know, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I don't know if I'm not gonna like it. I'm just trying it for now. I figured I'd tell you a little bit about myself in this introduction before I get into everything, major. I'm 33. I'm married. No kids, not yet, and hopefully soon. I live in New York City. It's New York City. You've seen it in the movies, you've seen it on TV. Nothing crazy about it, nothing fantastic about it. It's just New York City. Don't live in Manhattan, but technically live about 6 to 7 miles away from Manhattan, but that really doesn't matter because it takes you an hour and a half, whether it be by train, bus, or car. So I don't really go into the city too much because of that. It's too much of a hassle and it's just a pain in the butt. But that doesn't mean I'll avoid it. I'll do what I have to. As far as what I'm into and what this is mostly going to be about, I am a big, giant Doctor Who fan. I am a huge Whovian. Don't knock it until you try it. And I love all things yarny. I needle knit a little. I'm still learning. Basics, basically, I know, but as far as following a pattern and things like that, not yet. I loom knit, and for those who say it's not real knitting, it is real knitting. I hate snobs in that aspect. But I mostly crochet, which, as you can see, is what I'm doing right now. I first started with loom knitting because it seemed easy enough and helped me grasp the concept of how to hold yarn and the different textures, the different fibers, the different sizes, different plies, everything. It gave me the knowledge to help with where I am now. I'm pretty much an intermediate crocheter, but I mean, I've tackled some harder patterns. I can read a pattern, I can follow a pattern. I've even written a few patterns, haven't published them because I don't think I'm that advanced yet, but I'm working on it. Currently, I am, as you see, I'm working on something, which you'll see me be doing a lot during these. It's my temperature blanket, which if you're a member of the Yarny Collective on Ravelry, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Pretty much the Yarny Nana, who is one of the vlogs, I follow the most. She owns the group, and she had a great idea to come up with, a temperature scarf or blanket. You pick a color based on the temperature increments and how you decide what the increments are going to be. That's basically what this is. I didn't do the scarf because I'm not a big scarf person. I don't like scarves, so I decided to make a blanket, which, everybody needs blankets. But I took it upon myself to take the task of making a king-size blanket for my bed. Biggest mistake of my life. This is the biggest, most heaviest thing I've ever done in my life. As far as learning more about me, I mean, there really isn't much. About roughly 6 months ago, I had lap band surgery. It was the best decision I ever made. I had suffered for a while. Not with just, weight gain and things like that, but I was losing weight. I was following Weight Watchers, and then I developed aspartame poisoning, and it got me really badly. I was in the hospital on the verge of, my kidneys shutting down and things like that. And when that happened and I started developing other food allergies, like I have an aversion to gluten and certain other things that I'm not really going to get into. It's pointless. So my doctor suggested I have the surgery just to help me become healthy again and things like that. And it was honestly the best decision in my life. I don't need comments for people saying it's the easy way out, that that, you know, I could die and things like that. I've heard it, don't want to hear it again, and your title's your opinion, not taking that away from you, but this was my opinion and it's the best thing I ever did. I'm going on losing roughly about 60 pounds, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little less, give or take. It's working well for me. No problems, no complications, nothing. It's working great. I mean, everybody has their own opinions on it. But I mean, that's just about it about me. I like to read. I like to write. I have a blog, but I mean, with life going on right now, my husband just had surgery recently and I was taking care of him, so for about a month I haven't updated the blog, which I plan on doing soon, over the weekend. It's Friday, February 13th right now, so I probably will be doing it this weekend. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I mean, that's pretty much me. I'll answer any questions, you know, whatever you want to ask me or talk about. I have a few projects going, but I'm going to show you my favorite project, if I can reach it. That I'm currently working on. Those are all my projects right there. It's a paid for pattern, so I'm just going to show you the front of it so that you could see it. It's a really nice pattern. I don't know if you can see it. It may be backwards, I don't know. But it's the My Favorite Crochet Pullover by KT and the Squid. Very excellently written, no complaints. It's great. I'll show you what I have of it so far. It's pretty much just the top of it. It's a top to bottom pullover. You work it in the rounds, you don't piece it together. And this is it so far. What I have of it so far. I have pretty much just the yoke of it done, which I haven't really been paying much attention to because I've been trying to play catch up with my blanket. But I'll link the pattern down below, but it's a paid for pattern. It's available on Ravelry and on Etsy. It's an excellent, excellent pattern. That's, aside from my temperature blanket, that's what I've been working on. I mean, I have a few little things here and there. I'll show you this one. This is something I just started just for the hell of it because I had nothing else to do. I was bored and I needed a quick project. I'm just making a simple little bag. It's gonna be like a tote project bag. I'm gonna line it with fabric, but yeah, my stitch markers. Those I want to discuss with you. I want to show you, and I'm gonna link to the store where I got them. It's coming out a little, I miscounted some stitches and it's coming out a little crooked, but it's just for me, just to have an extra project bag. My project bags. I bought majority of my project bags on Etsy from one specific person. Aside, I actually bought my project bags from two separate people, which I will show you in another one. I don't know what this is. Let's see what this is. I don't remember. Oh, I know what this is. My scarf. I'm making an infinity scarf with this. It's Karen Simply Soft. Nothing major. I haven't broken out my good fibers yet because I'm, you know, I'm saving them for the perfect projects. My socks. This is what I have of my socks so far. It's a top down. I have the cuff done. Now I just gotta start the foot of it. I'm making it out of discontinued yarn, but it's so soft and squishy. I like it. It's loops and threads. They don't make sock yarn anymore, but the colorway is balloons. It's nice and soft and squishy. I like it. Another one of my favorite projects. Making another infinity scarf. It's a little crooked and stuff, which I'm gonna frog it. I was working on it when my husband was undergoing surgery, and I just couldn't count my stitches and my gauges all off. But I really like this yarn. This is Red Heart Unforgettable Boutique in the colorway Candy. I really like it and I want to utilize it, but I gotta frog that. And if anybody knows about frogging that yarn, it is not forgiving. Yeah, that's it. I have a few projects going that are surprises that I don't really want to show on here yet, in case the person who they're meant for sees them. But you know, this project bag I showed you with the socks in it, this is by Kathy's Dolls and Crafts, I think the name of the shop is. I'll link it. Her bags are fantastic. This bag, this project bag, is a sweater project bag. It's a giant wedge. One of my favorite bags. It's my sweater that I'm actually making out of Karen 1-pounder because it's my first time working the pattern, and I wanted a forgiving yarn just in case I have to frog it and in case I have to I mess up. You know, I don't want to just use any old yarn. Now, the owl bag and the gnome bags, I have several bags like this, which you'll see as projects go on. I bought on Etsy from a shop called Chicken Soup. I have the other Chicken Soup Designs. Her bags are great. She does matching sets. Yeah, I don't really have them. I use, these are the Notions bags. This goes with the wedge, obviously, because it's Dr. Whovian. But she does great bags. I love them. I can't get enough of them. I'll try to link her store down below too. But this is the one thing I need to discuss, and you're gonna think it's funny. I am obsessed with these kinds of hooks. These kinds, and I buy them from one specific store on Facebook. Hooked in Yarn. She does great work. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Great work. If you know, they work well if you hold it like a pencil or a knife. I hold mine like a knife. I've bought several sets from her because as a crochet you can never have enough hooks. As you can see, I have 3 different, well, 5 really different designs from her. But I have 2 complete sets, and the rest I bought extra hooks because certain hooks I use more than others. But this one, I love this color. This was Halloween, and it glows in the dark. This was the first set I ever bought. I love this one too. And then I got extra hook, 2 extra hooks. This, I asked for pinks and purples. They're really cute. But this was my Whovian hook because I needed a Doctor Who themed. The reason why I'm showing you the hooks is because I have to show you the stitch markers. The stitch markers are so cute. I hold them in my little shopping cart here. I have crochet and knit ones, but since I'm crocheting, those are the ones that are out. They're little yarn balls. They're really cute. I don't know if you can see it. They're really cute. I have them in, oh, this one's my favorite. It's a little sheep. Okay. And then I asked for somewhat letters so that I remember the hook size and things like that. But this one's another one of my favorites. It's a TARDIS. I mean, they range, but I love them. She makes buttons and stitch markers and everything fantastic. She's really good at what she does. And, I mean, she takes custom orders, so that's always a plus because I'm always throwing in custom orders. Like for her buttons. Oh, I love them. I'm obsessed. But, that's pretty much me. I mean, I really don't have much to discuss. I can show you my temperature blanket so far. It's coming along nicely. I'm just doing a basic, I don't know if you could see it. You know, I'm doing a basic crisscross pattern, just not following any real pattern. I'm just following a stitch because I didn't want to get too complicated with the temperature because I have to keep changing colors depending on the temperature because I have them in increments of 10. And I'm using Karen 1-pounders for this because I didn't want to get too fancy and make the blanket more expensive than what it should be. Now, I know people are going to cringe and like him and haw rather, over acrylic yarn. I'm just going to throw out there, acrylic yarn is not what it used to be. There's some really good acrylic yarn and there's some really bad acrylic yarn. I don't buy it unless I give it the squeeze test and the soft test, and it has to be soft enough for me to buy. I don't just base it on, oh, pretty colors, you know. It's not the way it goes. I'm currently working on 3 secret projects. That's why I just looked up because I see it there. When they're done and I give it, the person who's supposed to have it sees it, or at least has it already, I will definitely show you. I will take pictures. I post this stuff on Instagram all the time. You can follow me on Instagram. I try, because it's my private Instagram, I try not to have too many people on it, but you know, if I know you, I'm gonna add you. I'll link it. But I guess that's about it. I mean, you could see some of my yarn. Actually, you could see this tub right here with the blue right there. That's all my natural fiber tubs. That's my natural fibers. Because they're so expensive, I try not to waste them, I guess you could say, or use them on bigger projects, because it's just, let's be real, nobody can really afford that, to make blankets with that. But I mean, I have socks I made, which I haven't pulled out because I've actually given them away already. I've made baby sweaters with them. I've made booties, things like that. And before I give them away, I'll start showing you. I shouldn't say, I try not to do it for profit because it's something I genuinely enjoy. I do have a Facebook business page. I do sell. I'm not going to say I don't, but I usually price it in the range to just cover my supplies. I feel weird charging people for work, you know, because for some reason, you're your own worst critic, and I always think my stuff's not good enough. Again, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I mean, as time goes on, I'll start getting you into my life more. This is just a test run. I'm just trying to see how to do things. I'm going to have different sections. You know, right now I'm test running it and seeing how it goes and seeing if I don't feel like a complete jerk. Right now I'm doing this while my husband's in bed sleeping because I didn't want to hear me and think I'm talking to myself, which in theory I really am. But I didn't want him to give him ammunition to tease me because he does that enough. I don't need him to do it more. So this is pretty much going to be about my life, about my crocheting and my knitting, and I'll give you little tidbits into my life. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. Well, it's 12:45 a.m., so technically today is Valentine's Day. I plan on cooking a very nice dinner just for him and I, because I'm not really that, like, head over heels for Valentine's Day, because to me, and I know it all stems from St. Valentine's, but to me, it's a fake holiday. It's a made-up holiday. If you love someone, you show it 365, not just one specific day of the year. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like getting gifts, and I'll use it as an excuse to get gifts, but I don't know, I don't really, if my husband forgot it, I would tease him, but it's not a big deal. Occasionally, while I'm doing these, you're going to hear my dog bark. I'm sorry, I'll apologize now, but he's in bed with my husband right now sleeping, so that's why it's quiet. I'm going to try to do these at night and just upload them the next morning, just so that we really don't get much interference. Well, like back to tomorrow, I'm making a nice dinner, just something basic. I am a meat eater, so for all you PETA people, I apologize. I am making a nice London broil with some green beans and baked potatoes and cheddar bay biscuits, and I'm baking a red velvet cake. I like to bake. I like to cook and I like to bake. I don't work, so I mean, I'm currently applying to schools to get my master's degree. Other than that, I mean, I just live a basic life like everybody else, except I'm obsessed with yarn. I like making pretty things, so that's the way the story goes. I guess it's been about 22 minutes. I guess I'll sign off here and try to make another video really soon. I'm going to take some notes and really have things to talk to you about. Yeah, I mean, nothing else really going on. I'll definitely make another video because we're supposed to get a monster snowstorm again this weekend. I'm getting tired of snow. I am so, and, you know, forgive me because I understand you people in Massachusetts got it more. And I know. I'm tired of snow. Okay, well, I guess that's it, and I'll say goodnight, and I'm going to continue working on my temperature blanket because I'm about 10 days behind right now and trying to catch up. I'm looking around to see if there's anything else. No, I think that's it. Have a wonderful day, evening, night, and I'll catch you on the flip. Bye.